my viewers all over the world. I remain Salubaj. Thank you for subscribing to my channels. God bless you all. Today I'll be talking about how to derive sine 45, cos 45, and tan 45 without using the four figure table. The last class we talked about how to derive 60, 30 of sine, cosine, and tan. We used equilateral triangle. Today we are going to be using isosceles triangle. So in isosceles triangle, two sides are equal. So and it's a right angle triangle. So if I say this is 90 degrees and I say the base angles are equal, if this is 90 degrees and I say this is x, this is also x because these are the base angles of this isosceles triangle. So in isosceles triangle, two sides are equal. Two sides are equal. The base angles are also equal. So this x plus x plus 90 degrees is equal to 180 degree. The rule says that what the sum of angle in a triangle is equal to 180 degree. We have 2x is equal to 180 minus 90. X is equal to 90 over 2. X is equal to 45 degrees. So this place is 45 degrees. This is 45 degrees. So let's now pick one out of the 45 degrees. So now I'm going to have this. And let me assume if this place is 1, this one will definitely be what? 1. So we need to determine this. And from the rule I told us from Pythagoras theorem, you need to know two sides. We know this side and we also know this side. So we can determine this side. If you now look at it, this side, let's assume that this is the angle we are taking. We are disregarding that. So if this place is my hypotenuse, this place will be what? The opposite. And definitely this will be what? The adjacent. So if this one is 1 and this one is 1, so how do we determine this? So this hypotenuse we are looking for. So from Pythagoras theorem, we know that hypotenuse squared is equal to opposite squared plus adjacent squared. So what is hypotenuse? We don't know. Hypotenuse squared is equal to opposite squared, which is 1 plus 1 squared, 1 squared. So we have hypotenuse squared is equal to what? 2. So hypotenuse is equal to square root of 2. So it means that this place is root 2. So for us to solve for sine of this from SOHCAHTOA, we know that SOHCAHTOA, this one sine 45 will be equal to what? Opposite all over hypotenuse. What's our opposite? Opposite is what? 1 all over hypotenuse. What's hypotenuse? Root 2. Don't forget what I told us in our last class. I said you cannot leave your denominator in a root form. So for you to solve this, you rationalize. And how do you rationalize? You multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the denominator. What's the denominator? Square root of 2. So we have root 2, root 2. So this is equal to root 2 all over root 4. And that is what? Root 2 all over 2. So sine 45 is what? Root 2 all over 2. You don't need to cram anything. Just understand the principle and you're good to go. So cos 45 will be what? Adjacent all over hypotenuse. What's our adjacent from here? Adjacent is 1. What is our hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is what? Root 2. From the way we solve for this, so we have this to be root 2 all over 2. So it means that sine 45 is equal to what? Cos 45. So tan 45. Tan 45 is equal to what? Opposite, which is 1. Opposite all over adjacent. What's the adjacent? Adjacent is what? 1. So tan 45 is what? 1 over 1. What is 1 over 1? Which is what? 1. So tan 45 is equal to 1. So that's all about for all the derivation of equilateral triangle, sine 40, sine 30, cos 30, tan 30, the same way sine 45, cos 45. So in our next lecture, I'll talk about sorts, where we'll be applying all this. That's why when you write jam, they'll tell you without using the four-figure table, solve, or let me just even give us this as an exercise to do. So you can drop the solution in my box so that we can just join it together. So if I have sine 45 times cos 30 all over sine 60, So they can give you this that you should solve this. It's very simple. The question is, what is sine 45? From that question, we know that sine 45 is what? Root 2 all over 2. Then times, what is cos 30? So if you can't remember, just quickly draw the triangle. Because me, I don't cram it. I always draw. So I remember that this is root 2, this is 1, and this is 2. So if it is 30, we start it, put angle 30. So I'm looking for cos 30. Cos 30, this is opposite, then this is hypotenuse. So it's the angle that you are looking for. If it is cos 60, this one will be 60. So not 30. So cos 30 now is now adjacent all over hypotenuse. So this is adjacent all over hypotenuse. So that's root 2 all over 2. Then all over sine 60. Now sine 60 from here, you rub up this and put 60 here. So the thing will just change. So this one will now be opposite. This one will still remain as hypotenuse because the box is facing here. And this is now the adjacent. So sine 60 now opposite all over hypotenuse. That's root 3, root 2 all over 2. By the time you solve for this, so from board mass, this 2 times 2, this root 2 times root 2. Root 2 times root 2 is root 4. So we have root 4 all over 2 times 2, 4. Then everything all over root 2 over 2. So if you simplify this further, you have all square root of, or let's just read this way, that you have root 4 all over 4 divided by root 2 all over 2. So break down this one will now be what? 2 all over 4 divided by root 2 all over 2. So 2 goes here 1, 2 goes here 2. It means half divided by root 2 all over 2. So reverse this. So we have half times 2 all over root 2. And this one will give you 2 all over 2 root 2. So this is not the final answer. Don't forget, I say in mathematics, you cannot leave your answer, you cannot see a root as denominator and say that's the final answer. So you have to rationalize it. And after you rationalize it, you multiply by the denominator. Both the numerator and denominator will multiply by the denominator. So if you do that, you are going to have 2 all over 2 root 2 times 2 root 2 all over 2 root 2. So you expand. So 2 times 2 from the way I taught us. Number question multiply coefficients, alphabet to multiply alphabet, power multiply power. So you have 4 root 2 all over 2 times 2, which is 4. 2 times 2, which is 4. That's 4 root 4. Then we now have 4 root 2 all over 2, 4. What's square root of 4? That is 2 times 2. So we now have 4 cancelling 4. We now have root 2 all over 2 as the final answer. You can see the way I solve it. So I want to give us just one to stop at home. Just try, lay your hands on it. So just try. Don't copy anybody or don't ask anybody. Just try, brainstorm. So try and solve tan 45 times cos 60 times tan 30 all over sine 45 times cos 30. So just lay your hands on that one. Try and solve it. You can send the answer to my box. Thank you very much for watching my channel. I remain Salumaj. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. Share it to others to benefit. We are all educating the world. God bless you. See you in my next class.